The following video is about DoD Directive per 5240.01. I'm saying that way because you have to look things up. 2024, apparently September 27th. We're a little far along in October, but okay, it's been brought up recently, and most of the videos are clickbait. Approved by Kathleen H. Hicks, Deputy Secretary of Defense, and amends the 2016 August 8th DoD Manual 5240.01 as per the 2007 DoD Directive 5240.01 as per George W. Bush's executive order in 2005 and Ronald Reagan's executive order in 1981. Yeah, but I saw it. I don't care. Reading it, if you read it, and it's one of those things where it's just a bunch of restatements from 1981, 2005, 2007, and 2016. It reissues and edits some things and adds to. But is it, in fact, OMG, WTF barbecue, they're coming for your guns, which is what everybody's screaming in the comment sections, including their self-fulfilling disaster prophecy of, it must mean that we have to have a second revolution and that we have to have a civil war. If you're a person who believes for a fact that every fucking day of your life should be based on preparing for a civil war, I feel for you. And that's fine. If you want to state that every time something from Reagan and Bush, every time something Reagan and Bush did gets reapproved, like the Digital Millennium Copyright Act gets approved every once in a while, or what is the other one, the U.S. Patriot Act? No, it's all blame on Obama or blame on Biden or. Every time I look up something like this, it goes back to some Republican doing an executive order and people not blinking. The current president, if it's a Democrat, pardons a fucking turkey, I'll flip out. Now, what does it actually say? I don't know or care. I don't. I really don't. This is information that goes back as a DoD directive with the same number to 2007. And amended in 2016. You didn't complain in 2016? Who was in charge? Oh, well, that doesn't matter. Somehow it doesn't matter. Certain people are in charge of the as Deputy Secretary of Defense at the time. Okay. So what does it actually say? It totally authorizes whatever it is you fear the most, because I'm not going to convince you of anything else. I'm tired of calming people's fears by explaining that you can look shit up. The other thing is that this could actually mean what you think it means if you wish to be extreme about it. And I mean that in the most direct sense. If you plan on starting a riot because some people might vote the way you don't want by you busing people from one state to another to attack people at the polling places because it's like some sort of rite of passage, you will be causing a rather unpleasant situation. I was in Portland during voting day one year. It's been a long time ago, where people showed up who were yelling various colorful expressions we're not going to go into because YouTube would flag me. And they didn't like a bunch of hackers showing up. And we weren't all wearing Guy Fawkes masks. Some of us had tattooed our faces that way. I dyed my face the Guy Fawkes mask because my face actually fits that pattern pretty closely. And they're still wearing my oxyacetylene glasses that had the prescription lenses in them because they fit. Might want to look for that picture. So, no, you're not permitted on election day to go out with your AR-15s or a slingshot and threaten people or intimidate them, because people like me will tackle you and take your gun and dismantle it, field strip it in front of you, and then they'll take the firing pin and run away. Because to me, it's just it's a duplex nail that's been altered. The next thing is some of the channels on YouTube that I actually like, that I used to watch, are posting this as, oh, it's totally... No, it's not. Unless you read it. You have to actually find the part where it said what you think is terrible, and then you can't ignore this. You then have to go through and look at each of the versions from 2016 and 2007. This is like Jade Helm. It happened at one time. Jade Helm was named JH, Jade Helm. That means green hat or green military helmet. Jade Helm was an activity that happened literally every year, and I think it still is, but only gets worried about under certain conditions. To the point that politicians, knowing full well that it happens every year, flip their shit because it got them votes, because they wanted an angry, riled up, terrified populace. Meanwhile, everybody who simply looked up, literally the Wikipedia page at the time for Jade Helm says that it's done every year, and that's it. Budget permitting, or was it done every other year, or every 4 years? Or what is it really? Well, I think you'd have to make an effort. I'm not going to include a link. Go look it up. If you type in not Department of Defense Directive, you type in DoD with capital D's and lowercase o for DoD Directive, or just DoD and then 5240.01, and read every PDF. And stop ignoring the time and date stamps that are an inconvenient year. Please show me on the internet, show me on the PDF where the internet touched you, and we'll have a conversation about it. I'm leaving links to a few of them, but this goes back to Executive Order something something and another one something something from Reagan and Bush being referenced this time around. But no, it's totally Kamala Harris coming for your guns or going to come after you. And yeah, it is obvious, if you're not aware of it, that if another January 6th riot happens, if you want to protest by walking up the streets, that's fine. Up and down the streets, that's fine. Please get a marching permit first. Schedule it ahead of time. That way everybody can accommodate by taping their windows shut so that they don't have to worry about broken windows as much. But if you actively state on social media that you plan on hurting people and you plan on attacking people that you don't like, and you're going to try to start a second revolution or start a civil war, that is obviously grounds to tell you no and then show up and stop you. And it's always been there that if you use deadly force against people trying to prevent a riot, they're allowed to shoot you. Don't shoot a National Guardsman, they'll fire back. Sometimes they fire back without any reason. We won't go into Kent State. No, seriously, don't go to Kent State. But the point here is you have to find a basis for this version right now that doesn't occur in the previous versions. If it's in the previous versions, you have to blame the people who put it in originally. This is supposed to reinstate a bunch of stuff from an inconvenient year for everybody trying to look this up. I mean, you can selectively pick the Obama era. Go ahead. I mean, you got a long duration. There's 2 terms there. You can selectively cite things. I will, if you want to. We can do that. Or we can just say, presidents have authorized, because they always have authorized, being able to... The term used in one of the versions I saw was simply returning fire. Don't shoot at a police officer. Don't shoot at a National Guardsman. Don't do that. Those are bad ideas. That will be bad. Don't do it. It's unsafe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. And I'm going to put up a picture of Reagan and Bush, even though that's totally inappropriate, and maybe throw up others.